Here at NASCAR, diversity is our greatest strength. It's time to put those tired old white men out to pasture and hire people with real lived experience. We recently hired Brockhurst graduate Elijah to run our pit crew.
What I want to do is let NASCAR see how good I am at doing what I do. Right. You know, I'm good with my hands. I want to work for the pit crew. You see, and my secret is masturbation. You know, and I know a lot of people out there like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. But look, I do it so much my balls are empty.
NASCAR, championing diversity since 1948.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quarter, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. If you are, make sure you leave a like on this video. This is a pretty big news story, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. I know you might have to create an account, but, you know, YouTube is making it harder than ever to find independent creators' videos, and the only way that they break free of that is if people subscribe, and they're kind of forced to promote my channel. But anyway, do you remember just, I don't know, 2 weeks ago when Best Buy faced a national boycott after it was revealed that they were purposely omitting one individual group of people from management training programs? This is the problem with affirmative action. They want to fix a perceived problem because a few companies back in the day had backwards hiring policies, and you know, the idea that there were people who had issues with race hiring. So they bring in affirmative action, and now the exact same thing's happening. It's just happening to white people now instead. And that's okay because it's modern clown world era. So if you remember, Best Buy was revealed to be explicitly forbidding any white employee from applying for any of their management training programs. You must identify as Black, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, or Pacific Islander. This was revealed by James O'Keefe's O'Keefe Media Group, or OMG, and it was a big story. You know, having essentially a race of people banned from opportunities to grow at your company is not okay. And by the way, it would have not been okay if they had said this about Black individuals or Latinos or whatever they want. Okay, you should be hiring the best person for the job, and if it's happens to be 8 of 10 people are all Black, so be it. If 8 of 10 people are white, so be it. You should, if you're not a moron, this is how you hire. Well, NASCAR is just been revealed as they have now had a blatantly illegal diversity internship program that excludes white people. NASCAR under fire for an internship program that now excludes white people from applying, which is about 93% of their fan base, I would say. I mean, there are Latinos, Black folks and stuff that like NASCAR, but this is going to be an issue. The car racing organization's diversity internship program directly lists specific racial requirements for the applicants eligible to join the program according to criteria on their website. NASCAR has been kind of teetering on going woke for some time. We've seen this in the way that they treated the Bubba Wallace obvious garage pull-down thing. But he said he thought it was a noose. He was a complete moron. Everyone knew it was a garage door pull-down. Yet NASCAR had to make this big show of it. NASCAR's woke. Sorry, any major corporation in this world that relies on advertising dollars has a line that they must toe. Now, I don't think, obviously, let's say it was something overtly evil or something like that. Somebody had written a letter or something like that, or you know, had called him the N-word or something like that. I would expect NASCAR to disavow that because that's not okay. All right. But when he was making an obvious lie up for attention because he is a substandard driver, and then we have to have the FBI called in to determine whether a garage pull down was actually a noose, it's just a reminder that, again, we continue to live in the clown world. I mean, this is something that we know. If we go back here, according to the Associated Press, rope hanging in Wallace's garage was coincidence. It's in every garage. It's a piece of rope with a loop that you can grab and pull down the garage door if you don't have, you know, a powered garage door opener. Now, under requirements, the website tells applicants that they must be a U.S. citizen or be eligible to work in the United States and have at least reached their sophomore year in college. This seems fine. This is a basic standard that really anybody can meet. But those requirements are secondary, as the list also lays out racial requirements as its first bullet point. This has been in lefty hiring, like Wizards of the Coast and gaming industry, journalism for years, where they will explicitly say, we're looking for a black individual to write. We're looking for a Latino individual to write. If you replace anything with white and you feel like that would not be okay, then neither are the other races that you swap in there. This is very simple. The idea, which is horribly flawed, works like this. Hey, we want to have more black folks or more Latino folks or more Asian folks in our company. Cool. Okay, fine. But the only way they do that is by artificially creating advantages for them in some cases. Now, certainly there are black individuals who are just as qualified as anyone else, or Asian or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But when we look at what the college, we saw with, what was it, UNC and Harvard and stuff like that, where they were literally adding points to races' SAT scores to qualify them, that is hilarious. They're saying, well, we need more black people, but we can't do that unless we give them an advantage over other people. And then you get people who are not qualified to be in that school. Now, you want to go down the road of why certain groups of people have a harder time with, the SATs, things like that. Well, that's the education system, which should be privatized anyway. But that's neither here nor there. It's not a possibility for everybody. But if you look into what charter schools do and private schools do, how they fix the problems, that's a systemic issue that is not fixed by artificially pushing down, in this case, Asian people at colleges, because they were consistently the highest scoring. It was Asians, then whites, then I think black folks, and Latinos. That is not an indication of their IQ or general intelligence. That's an indication of the education they've received up until that point. Now, again, when you give them an unfair advantage, I have a problem with this. I'd have the same problem with it if you were giving white people extra points on a test. That's exactly what this is. They're saying, the requirements are second. Applicants must be a member of one or more of the following races or ethnic minority classifications: Black or African American, American Indian, Alaska Native, Asian, Latino, Hispanic, Native Hawaiian, or other Pacific Islander. You know why they list all of these? Is because what they're really saying is not white. But if they said what they meant, it would be far more offensive. You can see this Spencer Lindquist tweeting up, NASCAR has 2 development programs, one for drivers and another for pit crew members. Both are limited to women or those from a non-white racial background. Applicants must meet the following requirements. By the way, there is nothing inherently that makes the white people better off who are applying for these jobs. So why are you holding that against them? Just because one group of people are more interested in it doesn't mean you should be punishing them. Is there in the nursing field a fast lane for men just because more women would prefer to be nurses? I don't know. That doesn't seem reasonable either. When you look at the end results of a group of people, the way they're made up is the way they're made up. It's not an indication of an inherent problem. We talk about this in Hollywood and this, that, and the other thing, right? Like, oh, Hollywood's so white, so we're only going to give awards and funding to movies that are all black. Cool, but then now Hollywood is hemorrhaging cash because they're more concerned with diversity than quality. Now, just because it's all black does not mean it's inherently a worse product, but it just means that given finite creative resources, Hollywood is focusing specifically on race and other ethnic backgrounds than hiring the best person for the job or funding the best movies or funding the best actors, things of that nature. That's exactly what this is. It's the same thing. It's absolutely unequivocally racist against white people. You're forbidding white folks from a job opportunity and a training opportunity, and that's absurd. It's illegal. And this stuff has been going on at major corporations for years, and only now, finally, are people pushing back against it. Now, we pushed back against the Best Buy thing. Their CEO went into hiding. Did they make any changes? I don't think so. NASCAR, I think it's going to go a little differently. Not listed as Caucasian or white or even European. The racial requirements seem to be blatantly illegal violation of Title VII of the 1866 Civil Rights Act, according to David Bernstein, a professor at George Mason University. Having a 100% quota for minorities for a position is illegal, even under very generous view of what is allowed, Bernstein told the Daily Wire. This diversity internship is not the only program that NASCAR seems to be excluding white applicants from being able to join. Now think about this when you buy your NASCAR gear or you pay your money to go see NASCAR. They don't like you, you know. The eligibility of each website. So the racing organization has similar racial stipulations for their pit crew development program, driver development program, supplier diversity program, all connected to its, quote, Drive for Diversity program. There is nothing inherently good about diversity. There's nothing inherently bad about a lack of it. You want to have the best group of people for the job, the people that can deliver the best product in the quickest time with the highest, relatable quality, reliable quality. You want the best drivers. Again, there is not anything inherently good or bad about if every racer was black or every racer was white, or if 2 out of 7 were black, or 10. This is the stupid thing with NFL head coaches, a Rooney Rule. Stupid. There's nothing inherently better about a black head coach other than this, rainbows and bologna sausage idea of like, well, more representation. So more young kids see a black head coach and then they want to be a head coach. I don't believe that we actually know that that has any benefit. Now, it sounds all fine and dandy, but are people willing to take a less qualified candidate for that? It seems stupid. You should hire the best person for the job. There should be no race quotas, period. In fact, it continues, the pit crew development program seems to go even further to exclude whites and notes that applicants who identify as 2 or more races are also eligible, but only if they identify with more than one of the top 5 races. So it means you can't be half black and half white even. Apparently, a person who identifies as one of the approved 5 races is still ineligible if their second race is white. I mean, this is insanity. Make sure you tell your NASCAR buddies and you share this video with your NASCAR friends. Let them know what they think, what you think of this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and please do subscribe down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.